Good evening. Welcome to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. My name is Leon Jones. This evening's topic is part 3 of the Men's Guide to Dating, rules 38 to 54. But before I go on with the topic, let me put this caveat out there. First of all, this video is not to put any women down. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm trying to do is teach men from a male's perspective how to date decent women, because men don't have any standards. The reason why we don't have any standards is because we throw all of our standards away for pussy. Again, let me reiterate what I just said. The reason why we don't find good women, and there are a number of good women out there, although you have some brothers out there who don't believe there are, they are. I don't forsake women. I love women. Women are beautiful, all different shapes, sizes, and colors. But what I'm trying to teach men is how to cut through the layers of bullshit so you can have the confidence enough to find a good woman. You got to know yourself as well. You have to understand your responsibilities as well as she. You must understand that a relationship is about two people. It's give and take. Just like I tell women, fellas, not to be selfish, you can't be selfish. You also have to be grown up. Too many of us men run this country, but the reason why it's a gynocracy is because we men, from the politicians on down, have co-signed for all this bullshit. Can't blame that on women. Men, we have to learn how to organize so we can get these policies changed. Thing about women, they organize. They have standards. All women's standards are unrealistic. Once women come down to earth with some realistic standards, they're not going to have any problems finding men. But they're not going to want you as a man if you don't have yourself together. Men have to learn how to grow up and be who they are, be responsible, be accountable. Understand that you are a leader and it's your job to be responsible. Your job to respect not just yourself, but other men. Problem with us men, we don't know how to disagree. We don't know how to collaborate. We shit on each other. We envy each other, particularly black men. Yeah, I hear all this about, well, brothers should come together. We're never going to come together. That's all hearsay. You hear all the civil rights leaders. They want to be relevant again. But the bottom line, when it comes to women and dating, men just don't have standards. And it's in all age groups. Too many of us have wanted to be players, spit game out. We waste our time doing it, and of course we waste women's time doing it. And I'm talking about good women. It seems to me that we attract bad women because it doesn't take any effort to get a bad woman. But at the end of the day, we don't want a bad woman. So what I'm going to do in this video is give the fellas some rules and guidelines on what they need to do to get better women. Because if you're doing something over and over and over and over again and getting the same result, you got to change. Because you're not going to get a different result if you're doing the same thing over again. So get some balls. Take a look at this video and understand the rules. And you'll never understand this video series unless you look at all 3 videos. These videos are 30 minutes long. But when it comes to women, if I'm not talking about you, don't try to defend ratchet women. Because if you do, then I am talking about you. I'm talking about the ones who get upset when I say something they don't agree with. I'm not here to denigrate women. I'm here to make sure that guys don't date bad women. So, when it comes to you women, if something I say doesn't apply, just let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. Now on to the rules. Starting off with rule number 38. Rule number 38. Men, when it comes to romance, You must let her know that romance is mutual, unexpected, reciprocal, and spontaneous. If she doesn't agree with those aspects of romance, don't get involved with her. Again, romance is mutual, unexpected, reciprocal, and spontaneous. She doesn't want to deal with that, get rid of her. Because she's not thinking of you. She's thinking of herself. And a number of women are petulant children and they're narcissistic. That's number 38. Rule number 39 when it comes to dating. Men, if you are taking a woman out on a date, you decide where you want to go. You decide how much you're going to spend. If you don't know, I got the number already capped for you. Spend no more than $50 on a date. And you only take her out when she earns your respect. She doesn't dictate where you go when it comes to spending your money. Also, her respect that she gets from a man will be based on what she's contributing to a relationship. A number of women believe that it is our job to entertain and host them. That's bullshit. You waste your time. You don't have time to waste on bitches that aren't into you. You have a number of them looking for free meals. You bring that up during a phone conversation. We go out, this is all I'm going to spend. Period. Cut it off. After that. Number 40. Beware of Christian women. Church women are the worst, for the most part. Now, you have some that are good, but most of them are fucked up. They're dysfunctional. They will use their religion as a convenience. In other words, they will try to use their religion to be selective in bed. But a number of these women are fucking. They're sucking. They know they are. But their allegiance is to the preacher. Now you're going to hear something similar come up in one of the final rules. But when it comes to church women are not logical. They are disloyal. They will cheat on you for the most part. They make up scriptures. The Bible is a book that talks about history, Old Testament and New Testament. There were books that didn't get in the Bible. But when a woman carts her ass to church every time, she's not getting saved. Why? Because she's not practicing the principles. If you're going to be religious in the God, then practice what you preach. In fact, it's much cheaper to go to church than a club. These women are fucking. I know. If you don't believe me, look around you. The preacher can fuck them. There was a video out where a preacher had sex with one of his church members. Church women are not innocent. They're human. And they got to understand that you only sin when you tell a lie. You can repent your sin if you tell the truth. We all sin. We're human. Being a church and a Christian lady does not make you perfect. And men, we got to stop falling for the nonsense. Because, again, women are using church as a convenience not to give us any sex. This is why a number of them, when they become older, want to become reborn again virgins. You're not going to get with a guy, ladies, if you ain't going to give up no pussy. Period. We want to fuck. Most of us guys, when we look at a woman, we want to view how you are naked in our head while we're sitting at the table. That's why we listen to you. Now, again, I don't advise guys to go out and just look for sex. If you're looking for a good woman, the church isn't the place to find a good woman. Not today. Because a lot of your women in church are single mothers. And single mothers are toxic for any guy to be dating. Smashing, play at your own risk, guys. But don't date them. Also, number 41, men never seek a relationship with a number of women who come from single parent households. Why? Because when the single parent basically is the mother, most of the mothers that these women come from ain't shit themselves. And their mothers ain't shit. That's why the cycle continues. Most of these women are bitter and they're going to blame everything on the man. You know, a number of these women, particularly some of your older women, left for the benefit of welfare. Now, you had some men who did leave them, but let me tell you something. If a man says the father of her children ain't shit, look at her and tell her she ain't shit. Why? Because she fucked him. She had the baby. And some of you children who are miserable, who've gotten information from your mothers or your mothers who ain't shit, they're telling you about men. Well, they were with bad men themselves. They're not shit. Don't let your moms lie to you, because a number of these moms lie to their children. These moms are dishonest, and they're going to make you dishonest, and they're going to make you bitter. The bottom line, fellas, single moms are dangerous when it comes to dating, because they're narcissistic and they expect the world, especially some of these Christian single mothers, because they expect a man with no children to date them. That's another irrational expectation. Ain't going to happen, Captain. Guys, leave single mothers alone. It's good for your health. Number 42. I always say this, when you first meet a woman, do not go over her house or don't bring her to your house. Why? You meet in a public place. First time you meet a woman, it's a meeting. It really isn't a date. And of course, with this online dating, if you're really going to get physical after you've been talking on the phone with online dating, because some men and women live far away, you get a hotel. You spend that time with each other. You get to know each other there. And if something physical happens, again, play at your own risk. Bottom line, you don't want everybody to know where you live, because you have some crazy people out there who want to do bodily harm to you if the relationship doesn't work out. It might not be the woman herself. She might send her brother. She might send another form of goons to do the work for them, so she doesn't have to get her hands dirty because the relationship didn't go the way she wants it. And you know what happens when you break up with a woman. They really go cray-cray, and you will see them for who they are. A number of them have emotional problems. So the best thing, meet in a public place. She goes her way, you go your own way after the first meeting, and you decide whether you want to see her again, because that's what she's going to do for you. Okay. Number 43, be confident in yourself as a man, and don't let women shame you or insult you into getting into a relationship with them when they aren't the type of woman you're looking for. So, that being said, men, know your worth as a man, and don't be politically correct, and be unapologetic about why you don't want to get with her. You don't owe her anything because she's a woman. Number 44, if a woman isn't secure with her life and has her priorities wrong, she fails to take responsibility for her decisions or her actions, and she's combative and controlling. She doesn't admit when she's wrong, and she's had a number of children out of wedlock. That goes back to the single moms. One is cutting it. One, you'll be questioned, but two or more different, from two or more of the same father or two or more different fathers, and she parties all the time, stay away from her. She's toxic. Why? Because she's not thinking about her children. So if she doesn't think about her children, she's not going to think about you. That way, once you see how she behaves, she's ruining her children's lives, she's going to ruin your life. Number 45, as a man, you should take care of yourself by keeping up with your appearance, and you should expect the same from her. Men are visual, women are also visual. So physical chemistry is very important. Again, these rules I wrote. I am reading them from the computer, but these are my rules. I wrote them. I got them from different sources because I wanted to make it plain and clear that men need to have standards when they are dating. Moving on to number 46. This is a no-brainer. 46, don't move into a woman's house. Why? Because she will always remind you that she's paying the bills, and when she gets angry with you, she's going to put you out. And this is during the dating stage. You have some men who don't have anything going on for themselves. These women will take them in so they can control them. And once they control you and you become dependent on them, they're going to make you feel really emasculated because you don't have anything to bring to the table, and she will remind you of that. Number 47, going from 46 to 47, 47 actually relates back to 46. Get your education and economics right so you'll be in position to be self-sufficient and enjoy what life has to offer at your own pace. That means having your own. Always have your own. That way you don't have to deal with a woman trying to tell you how to live and you play by your own rules. Number 48, do not pursue a relationship with a woman who is still friends with her ex and has a number of male friends. Chances are that she has had or she's still having sex with her ex and her male friends. That's why she keeps a number of male friends on her side or by her side. Because if something goes sour with the relationship, she is going to have some resources to go back to. Again, with women, there's three men. The maintenance man who's fucking her for free. Then you have the intellectual guy. He's basically a simp. He's paying all of her big bills, her rent, her car. Now, again, this is not all women, but there are a number of women who utilize this philosophy. And then you have Poindexter. He's paying for all of her dinners. That's why she keeps a collection of men, puts them in a friend zone, so she can have a way out when she needs to get out of her own financial or sexual circumstances, period. Number 49, when it comes to dating, when men and women talk about the idea over the phone of going Dutch, when it comes to eating out, and it's agreed by both of you, and then she turns around and changes her mind and says, well, I don't have any money, I'll pick it up next time. Don't go out with her. And I'm going to tell you why. Because she really had no intent on contributing to the relationship anyway. She just agreed with it to shut you up. And this is why it's some women too when it comes to sex. They'll give you shut up sex. It's not good sex. It's just enough to shut you up to keep you pandering to her. A number of women are about themselves. They're petulant children. And I'm telling you guys, it's real truth. So you will think highly of yourselves to meet better women when it comes to relationships. Stop thinking of getting a pussy all the time. Sometimes you got to hold back on that because all pussy is not good pussy. Remember that. Your dick is very valuable. Keep it in your pants. Number 50. Men, pursue the woman that you're attracted to because, again, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Look for the 3 B's, beauty, brains, and behavior. The beauty is what you look at her physically. The brains is how she thinks, how she makes decisions, how she carries herself, because it's all in the mind, how you carry yourself. And the behavior, is she a psychopath? Is she narcissistic? Or is she very pleasurable, conscious? Is she feminine? Those are characteristics you need to look at in a woman. Also, don't look for any approval from your friends and family regarding who you want to date. Why? Because men, you're responsible for your own dating decisions. When family and friends give you suggestions on who you should date, their decision is going to be based on the person they would date. Also, stay away from women who have been associated with criminals, drug dealers, pimps, and players. Why? Because they may go back to those same type of element for resources. And also, you never know if they are disease carriers. You don't know if they are going to come and do you bodily harm if the relationship doesn't work out. Because again, women do keep guys on hand. Women won't tell you that, but they will. Also, you must check out the family background when you are dealing with a woman, because you may be dealing with somebody who comes from a dysfunctional household. And in the end, this person is going to be problematic. It's going to be problems to the relationship because she is problematic. Again, you don't want anybody that's going to be problematic when it comes to dating, because they will make you miserable by bringing their baggage into a current relationship. Again, I'm talking about dating, not being in a partnership. Again, 51, check out the area where she lives. If you believe that the environment where she lives, particularly if it's in public housing like the projects or a place that is unsafe, don't deal with her in that area, meet at a public place that you feel is safe. Safety is numero uno when it comes to dating. Also, let's flip the script. If a woman comes from a high dollar area, she can be bougie and snobby. That means she's high maintenance. Well, usually with high maintenance women, you're not going to be able to afford the lifestyle for them to enjoy. You're going to be spending your money, and this woman's not going to have any respect for you. Why? Because you can't afford to entertain her. A number of women are selfish. They're petulant little children. They want to be entertained. That is not your job to do that. You make sure when you and a woman get together, be in a safe place. Make sure she doesn't come from the bottom of the barrel, and make sure she doesn't come in to you from the upper income bracket either. Because at the end, both of these types of women are on opposite sides of the same coin, but they're spoiled. One's getting benefits from the government, and the other one is getting benefits probably from some ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, or even she's got a job that's paying her a lot of money, which is good. But if she's looking for a man making high dollar, I'm talking about the high maintenance woman, she should specify that in her dating profile. Number 52, men, never let a woman validate or define you. Now, what I mean by that is women have definition of a man as if a man is supposed to be some autonomous tool with no brains. She can use him for her own benefit. That's narcissism, childish, and a man has got feelings. Women don't care about a man's feelings, and I'm not talking about all women, but you have a number of them who don't. Men, you got to let her know you're not a tool, you're not for sale, you're not for use. Also, don't look for her to validate you, and don't try to appease her. That's where simping comes in. And the bottom line with the gender war, not necessarily the women, it's these emasculated simps, manginas, eunuchs, and white knights. Those are the guys we're really fighting because they can't get any pussy. They have a low opinion of themselves, so they're really jealous of you, so they want to try to be Captain Save-A-Ho. And at the end of the day, Captain Save-A-Ho is not going to work. You become a real man when you take responsibility and you know yourself. You get some balls, have some confidence, and you understand what your role is as a man. Don't get it from a woman. Don't even get information from your mother. Remember, your mother is a woman, and a lot of these moms out here ain't shit. And if you don't believe me, look at these children out here. These moms are friends with their children. The children are disrespectful to their moms, and the moms allow it. The moms let the children live at home as long as they want. They don't allow these children to have any responsibilities. That's right. That's what I said. They don't allow these children to have any responsibilities because they want their children to like them. And when these children go out to the real world, they think they can have that same attitude toward other adults in the real world. Lucky they don't get the shit slapped out of them, because that's what some of these children need. Little dental arrangement of their teeth would definitely help. And belt works, folks. But this is not about being a child, but I'm telling you what goes on with some of these women who are trying to validate you, or you're trying to get validation from. Either way, these women can be dangerous. So again, guys, never let a woman validate or define you about what a man is. Always know your worth. She can't tell you her worth because maybe she doesn't have any worth herself. And don't look for her to validate you. Also, number 53, if a woman identifies or self-claims herself as Miss Classy, Princess, Queen, Diva, or Goddess, it's basically she's more interested in being worshipped as somebody who is infallible or being pampered like a Siamese cat more than being involved in a reciprocating relationship. In other words, she thinks she's at the top of the world on a pedestal, and it's usually a lower class woman like a single mom who identifies herself as one of these names because she's insecure, so she's trying to big herself up. She lives in fantasy land. Don't deal with her because, again, no woman is God. No woman. They may see it in their mind, but again, women are petulant children. Remember that. And again, beware of the single mother, religious, educated, and career women. These women tend to be hypocritical and judgmental. These women don't have any allegiance to you in a relationship. Their only allegiance is to the person that they're working for, their preacher, and their allies. Again, will always be their job because they want to keep their job and they want to appease their preacher. Also, these women tend to overpraise themselves because of their credentials. But at the end of the day, they're not shit. Why? Because they only think of themselves and no one else. And that being stated, guys, when it comes to dating, I'm telling you to have some standards. It's not always about the pussy, no matter what we say or what we think. At the end of the day, it's our own selves we must worry about. Because a good man is one who takes responsibilities. He knows what he wants out of life. He does not let women validate him. He does not let other men bring him down. I know we have a lot of jealousy with men out there, and I know we're fighting other men, particularly the simps, the manginas, the white knights, and the eunuchs. The bottom line is if you stay true to yourself as a man, build confidence, you're not going to have any problems getting women. But as a man, you must get yourself together. Now, in this video, what I am talking about is dating. I'm not talking about partnerships. I'm talking about dating. And again, this video is not to denigrate women. It's to teach men how to have some different standards so they won't run into the same women. Because I'm tired of too many men complaining about bad women out there when men know these women are bad, but they still date them. Guys, you got to get some fucking balls, be confident in yourself, and have standards. I know it's difficult. I know you have the simp-ass politicians who have always catered to women. President Obama was a big simp. A lot of the presidents were. We can't blame women for everything. We got to blame the people in power. And the majority of men in power cater to women. They appease women. Why? Because women are a voting bloc. That's what we're fighting against. And as men, we got to learn to organize. And once we organize as men, we can change some of these policies. That's part of having standards. And as men, particularly black men, we got to learn how to collaborate and disagree. And that all comes with having standards. That is your worth as a man. And once you have standards and you see the world for what it really is, you'll meet good women. And women will respect you because right now, women don't respect us because we don't respect ourselves because our only goal in life is pussy. And when we sit down at the table with a woman, we're just imagining her being naked and we're thinking about how we're going to get her clothes, or we're thinking about how we're going to get her to the hotel room so we can fuck her and get sucked off. That's a bad omen. And at the end of the day, you're playing with fire. So, to sum it up, men, get confident, get some balls, and understand that there are good women out there, but you also have to be a good man. You have to know your worth, and you have to understand the meaning of having standards. Because once you have the standards, the women will come. You just have to be patient. But before you go out with any woman, you assess yourself. you understand where you go wrong. Because if you're meeting the same women over and over and over again, and the result doesn't change, then it's your fault. What you got to do, men, change your approach. And once you do that, you'll enjoy women, good women, a lot more. And you won't be complaining about women. Because there are good women out there. Mark my word. And it's my commentary for this edition of the 401 Talk Zone radio show for this evening, Saturday, September 2nd, 2017. You can tune into the 401 Talk Zone radio show every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio. Guest call-in number is 215-383-5785. If you like my videos, please share and subscribe to the 401 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube so I can continue to give you quality information for educational purposes from a professional and mature perspective. That's right, I want to continue to give you that quality information because, again, when it comes to the 401 Talk Zone radio show, I do not engage in debates, controversial issues, or emotions, nor do I interact with people who have drama or bickering. It's counterproductive. What I do on this channel is teach. And if you understand the real world, you'll get through it a lot better. But you can't get through the real world unless you have the tools that you need. And what I'm here to do is give you a realistic approach, but positive. Just like dating. If you have standards, you'll understand how the real world works, because the real world is predicated on standards and specifications. And when you have knowledge about that, you have power. And if you have a topic, a new YouTube channel, or business that you would like for me to discuss on YouTube or Blog Talk Radio, please email me at lej6521@gmail.com. And if you have a comment, please leave your comment in the comment section under the video, but make sure that your comments are pithy, no bloviating, pettifogging, or filibustering if you wish to opine. Now that's it for this video. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. Remember, please be gentle and respectful to each other and have a wonderful and blessed night. Good night.